In this video, I'm going to cover two things. The first one is attaching Google Forms to an assignment, and then the second thing is looking at the results of assignments once they come in. So, if I take a look here, I've set up this assignment, and I just named it Google Forms Assignment, and I'm going to add a Google Form to this. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive and find the Google Form that I've already made that I want to attach. I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to assign it. So that's all you have to do if you create a Google form. Just attach it like you would anything else, and then click the Assign button. And then I'm going to go through the process as a student of taking the Google form. I'll edit most of that part out, but then you can see what happens on this side once the Google form is taken. Okay, so here's the Google form from the student side, and as the student I'm just going to open this and then take the Google form. Now, as the student, once I'm finished taking the Google form, I can submit. And then if I want to as a student, I can go back to the assignment, so I can click on this blue Open the Assignment button. But what's happened is when I submitted the Google form, it automatically, from the teacher side, turned that in. Now as the teacher, if I go back, you'll notice that I have one done now, and I can take a look at this. Now the other thing I said I wanted to look at in this video is the results of different assignments. Now, I have a couple assignments that I can choose from. I can either do the Google Form assignment or this Make a Copy for Each Student assignment that I had done earlier. Let me take a look at this one. And you'll notice here that I have all of the documents from my students, so I can click on any one of them, I can look at it, I can get ready to grade it. Now, if you want to, you can use Google Classroom as the way that you grade assignments for your students. So in Google Classroom, if you take a look, the default is to grade assignments out of 100 points. If you want to, you can change this 100 to any value that you want, so you can change it to any numerical value, and then you can go down to all of your students who are finished with the assignment, and you can put grades in for those students. You can also put grades in for students who are not done if you are wanting to let them know, hey, you haven't done it yet, so let's get this taken care of. Some other things that you can do from this location is you can return assignments to students. So when students submit something, it goes to you, and so you essentially own that as the teacher. You're the owner of the document. When you click on the return button, it will return the assignment back to the students. So you can select individual students that you want to return an assignment to, or you can check all of the students by clicking this box up here, or if you wanted to click just like the done students, let's say, you click the done button, and then all of your students that are finished you could return them to. You could also email an entire group of students. So let's say you wanted to email all of your students that are not done. Send them an email and say, don't forget, this assignment is due tomorrow. Please make sure you submit it. And you can send that as a reminder email to an entire group of students if you would like. One other thing that you can see from over here is there's a settings wheel over on the right side, and if you click on that, it will give you a couple of options for what you want to do with grades. One of those options is that you can download the grades from this assignment as a CSV, or you can download all grades as a CSV. So you can create a CSV document, which is basically a spreadsheet document that you can have all of the grades listed for all of your students. Another option that you have is you can copy all of the grades to Google Sheets. And if you do this, if you copy the grades to Google Sheets, it basically does a similar thing to what the CSV would do, although it gives you a little additional information as well. If you take a look, these are all of my assignments that I have up to this point, and I haven't graded a lot of them, but if you'd graded these assignments, you would see the grades for each of your students here. It also gives you a class average and an average for each of your students for how they've done on all of the assignments. So you can see just real quick from this, a quick average to get an idea of what the students are doing. So that's just a couple of things that you can do with student results once they have submitted assignments. So I hope that gives you an idea of some of the power of Google Classroom and what it can do for you while using it as a tool in your class.